Hi everyone, it's Jaden with Refusing to be Mediocre. Today's topic is all about having too much time can actually lead to procrastination. And I find that when we have so much spare time, we often use the excuse, we'll do it tomorrow, but we never really get started because we can repeat that cycle of always thinking we can do it tomorrow. So the topic today is to encourage you to actually fill up your calendar with more things to do, because it gives you less time, spare time, to maybe do that project or that thing tomorrow. You may have heard the saying that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. And that saying really stuck with me because I realised that, why do deadlines, especially in school, why do deadlines work? Because deadlines give a pressure, and they also kind of give you a consequence most of the time for not achieving or not finishing the project at hand. And I feel like, we are motivated by pain and pleasure. So, if we know that there's going to be a consequence, i.e. pain, for not doing something, but also there's going to be the pleasure of actually achieving something, we will get on with it and do it. And I find when we have all the time in the world to do something, we naturally just put shit off. It's just a fact. I think a lot of people struggled in the lockdown. When I worked it out, I couldn't understand why everyone wasn't really making the most of the time. And I realised that's because everybody suddenly had all of this spare time, and it was a bit overwhelming for people, and I can understand that, I can relate to that. And when we don't have the structure and the freedom to put things off, if you're wanting to start working out, you can keep just saying, I'll start tomorrow. And if that time is available to start tomorrow, you're more than likely to sort of tell yourself and use it as a valid reason to keep putting things off. So what I have found worked for me to get more stuff done and really kind of create that pressure to achieve things, was starting to fill up my calendar a lot more and really having to kind of schedule things in. And if I knew that if I didn't, for me, I get up and work out very early in the morning, and most people think I'm insane for doing it. But my reason is that, I filled up my schedule for the rest of the day. I don't have a choice but to go then. And for me, that creates that pressure, because I know that I can't say, oh yeah, I'll kind of do it after work or something. I don't have the time. I've already booked stuff in after work most of the time. So for me, when that alarm clock goes off and I'm kind of a bit those days where you're a bit groggy, you don't really have the energy, instantly I tell myself, well, you either go now or you don't go at all. And for me, the goal for my fitness is way more important than going back to sleep. So it creates that pressure, and up I get and on with the day. So the point of this video is, the reason that you might be procrastinating on your goals or you're getting started even with things is maybe you have too much time, and actually too much time is overwhelming for people. I don't really understand the full science of why it is, but I just know from learning about human behaviour that actually having so much spare time, we kind of get a bit overwhelmed with all the options and ideas that we could do. A lot of people I found in lockdown I could suddenly learn to play guitar, and I could pick up my drawing again, and I could read all those books that I've left on the shelves, and maybe even write my own book. And before you know it, you can't pick which one to start, and you're just so you just end up doing nothing and going for the easy dopamine option, which is normally social media or TV or various other things, eating bad foods. So yeah, the kind of action step for you is maybe try a week of really filling up your calendar all of a sudden, and see if that time restriction actually creates pressure for you to take action. You'll be surprised at the results you'll get with it. I'm interested to see how you get on. So, take a week, try it, come back and comment, and let me know how you get on, and see if that pressure did create, action for you. And I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.